your horror movie podcast.
Welcome back, Hack Stab Slash. We're going to take you to the world of the leprechauns, where they come out of wells, they look for coins, and they shine the hell out of your shoes. This was my pick, but originally Justin's pick, but we settled on my pick because it followed on my week, the closest to St. Patrick's Day. If you're watching this, it's Friday, the Friday before St. Patrick's Day. Justin's probably out rage moshing right now at
drop kicks. Let's go.
A concert with drop kicks, dude.
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. This movie was made in 1993, and it is the beautiful, the ageless, the modern Marvel Jennifer Aniston's acting debut or leading debut, where she just takes over this entire film, and she is amazing in it. And this was made, like I said, in 1993. It is currently 2024, and she does not look a day older.
It's crazy.
All right, who's leading us off? Is it Waterboy?
It's me.
All right, I got some shoes for you to shine, bitch.
Whoop.
Whoa.
Hey, don't get shame.
Whoop.
Try as they will, and try as they might, who steals me gold won't live through the night.
It was perfect.
Oh my god.
I should have just had you do the fucking intro.
We start off with O'Grady returning with his mother's ashes from Ireland, or so his wife thought, and turns out he had found a leprechaun and has taken all of his fuck that bitch. Taking all of him.
She left me nothing, but I took the gold.
And she starts to hear a little girl singing from a suitcase. Now, I don't know about you, but if I hear a little girl singing from a suitcase that definitely couldn't fit a little girl inside of it, I wouldn't open the damn thing. I just
gotta open the suitcase. I'm gonna suffocate in here.
Good old Leprechaun pops out wanting his gold, and she falls down the stairs. O'Grady, back from hiding the gold, the Lep's down there waiting for him, and O'Grady ain't no bitch though. He gets out a revolver and a 4-leaf clover. Somehow this man has a giant crate in his basement at the perfect time to house a leprechaun. He rests the clover on the crate to keep him sealed inside. But everything happening tired him out, and as he was about to burn the leprechaun, he has a stroke. 10 years later, we get a lovely song about 4-leaf clovers and Lucky Charms.
Just real quick, I hadn't seen this movie in fucking forever. I completely forgot about this entire opening set of scenes.
Yeah.
Either one of you do that?
Too. Yes, the same thing. I've seen this movie a lot, and it's one of those movies that if it's on TV, I turn to it and I just watch it, but it's usually never from the very beginning. So when that scene started right away, I was like, what am I even watching? I completely forgot.
I was like, don't tell me. I was like, don't tell me that this is like a different movie that I remember, or I was thoroughly confused.
Yeah, I randomly thought that it started like where they were like already at the new house and painting. Like that's how I
that's all I remember too.
I thought, my memory bank said that they already lived in that house, and the dad had hired them to come repaint the house, and that they find the gold when they wheel up like the basket in the water well.
Yeah.
Then other than that, dude, I thought he lived in the water well and no one bothered him. Like that's what my memory bank told me before I rewatched this.
God, dude, we're old.
Fuck yeah.
We
this
get our
movie's
first,
like 30 years old.
I know, dude.
31.
It's crazy. We get our first glimpse of Tori, Jennifer Aniston, who is just like Justin, afraid of spiders.
Oh.
yeah. I thought you were going to say, gorgeous. Justin's like, nah.
I was like, wait, what?
Not quite.
You flatter me. Stop it. But continue.
Oh, stop. But keep going, please.
Not quite sure how there's a tarantula in the basement since they're not native to that area. But
it's New Mexico. I mean, North Dakota. They're right next door to each other. It's not like they're on opposite ends of the country.
We run into Nathan, literally. And then we meet Alex and Ozzy. Gotta love the business name. 3 guys that paint. Pretty easy.
I like it.
Tori heads down to the basement to make peace offering of drinks and for spilling Nathan's paint thinner. They stumble on the crate and decide to open it up. But just before they could, they hear Ozzy screaming and sing that he's just all covered in blue paint. And he hates blue paint. He hates the color blue. Switch over to Lep. He's up now. and Ozzy starts to hear a little girl singing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" down in the basement. Once again,
you don't do this.
I can't stress this enough. If you hear a little girl singing and you know there's no little girl, get out.
I can't stress enough?
Just leave.
That she tried to give him $40 for a bucket of paint thinner. Now, if you adjust that for inflation, dude, that's got to be like easily $125.
Easily.
You take that and you call it a day.
And
that
all
is
this
a full
guy wanted
pay right there.
Was a sorry, man.
Yeah.
God.
That good old North Dakota hospitality.
Ozzy heads down to the basement and hears the little girl saying to get her out of the crate. The leprechaun pops out and eats a bug, as one would after not eating for 10 years. We get our first glimpse of his shoe fetish here as well. Ozzy runs to escape, and the Lep's powers are still weak from the lack of the gold, so he was only able to just shut the door, and even Ozzy's like, that's it, bro? And he opens the door and leaves.
You said shoe fetish, dude. I am just glad that he doesn't like get weird with it and like smell it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm glad it didn't turn into one of those fetishes and they stuck straight to the like their what do they call them? Cobblers.
Yeah.
That they're cobblers by nature and that all right. Continue. Sorry.
No,
I had to get that off my chest.
Tell me where my gold is, or I'll bite your ear off.
Foreshadowing. Can you hear me now?
Back into the basement they go to go and check and see it. That he's nowhere except for a rat. A rainbow randomly appears because there's always a pot of gold at the end of it, and it leads them to the truck where they find the gold, a singular coin, and then the whole bag just randomly magically appears. Ozzy being the
Did you imagine if that was just a pile of books and it just said the more you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Reading rainbow.
Holy nostalgia unlocked. Oh my god.
Ozzy, being the genius as he is, he tries to bite the coin to see if it's real gold, and he swallows it instead.
Unreal.
Who's he trying to bite it with his fucking molars? We just did a movie like this. Like, if you're gonna taste the blood in Nightbreed, you don't gotta go,
right?
all the way deep.
Oh my gosh. Alex has an awesome plan to spend the gold to get Ozzy surgery to fix his brain to make him smart, like Justin.
Whoa. Whoa, sorry. Caught me off guard there. Wait, what? Oh, that was awkward. Yeah. So.
Hi, Justin.
All right, sorry.
What's going on, bro?
How we doing? Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, my bad. I was gonna say, holy shit.
It's all good.
I'm fine. I don't.
We're doing this movie called Leprechaun.
I was gonna say, where 1993.
I was thinking about
so read us your review real quick on the movie Haunt.
Oh yeah, wait. I was gonna say, what movie? Wait, we're supposed to be watching Leprechaun.
It's Killer Clowns.
Oh, all right. Sorry, that was I just completely
Woosah. That's okay.
All right, so
at
anyway.
least this time you didn't get up and go pee in the middle of his
I know, my bad.
recap.
Bad. No,
that was the first time. That was the first time.
Well, it's because I peed right before we go, and I kind of almost have to again. Like I'm not like I don't know. Like I already drank a whole side of water, and now I'm
go pee.
Coffee.
Go pee.
I'm getting you adult diapers for Christmas.
Give me a second. Hold on. All right, let me know when I talk.
Hey, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Action.
Let's go. All right. So after they find the gold, they walk back to the house. So we see Tori and Nathan painting over there. And Tori, she goes by the truck and all of a sudden get an awesome shot of the leprechaun underneath the truck. And he is just caressing her leg.
I mean, I would too. Not to get weird about it.
It is so funny. And then all of a sudden we hear her scream and she falls and she's like, oh my God, something scratched me. And she is like sliced like Freddy Krueger's claws. And they're like, oh, it must be like a possum. And she's like, no, I know what it feels like when a man caresses my leg.
Dude, her dad gets so offended. He's like, you do?
You do?
That's the best part of the dad right there. It's just like, wait a minute, what? And they're like, oh, yeah, well, it must just be a possum. And then all of a sudden you hear meowing. And they're like, oh, it was a cat. That explains that. So
makes sense, dude. It made one scratch with its mouth and then the other 2 scratches with each one paw because there's no fucking way a cat could make that scratch with one swoop.
Yeah, and cats always like caress your leg like that. So the dad, they see a hole in a tree, so the dad's like, oh, well, clearly the cat's in there. So this dude is reaching into this tree, and he starts screaming. You see the leprechaun just bite. This dude pulls his hand out. He is gushing blood. So at this point, we see the leprechaun bail, run and hide, and they all have to drive the dad to the hospital.
Dude, and there's no way he could still justify that was a fucking cat. We've all seen zombie movies. That is clearly a human bite mark.
I love that they're like, oh, he just got bit by a cat when he's having to get hospitalized.
And he put his hand completely through the tree. Like,
yeah. If you want to say cat, dude, maybe like a mountain lion.
Right? And then never mind the testing. Like, they clearly have cat scratch fever. As someone who has it, like the Bartonella that they have, it's not talked about enough. Like, these people have to start treatment right away.
Yeah, we got to bring you to the hospital. You might have rabies.
Yeah,
and I gotta say, we don't see this dad the whole time. So like he's in the hospital this whole time.
Yeah, no, he's gone. He dips out. He gets lucky.
Well,
he ain't got to deal with this shit.
That's why they're like, we need to get rid of this guy. Just let him like send him to the hospital.
He's probably still in the waiting room.
Yeah, so like I said, they drive him to the hospital because we need to get rid of this guy. So they drop him off at the hospital, and then they Tori and Nathan go to get some food. While we see Ozzy and Alex at this point, they have the gold coins, and luckily there's like a little shop right near there. So they go in there to try to see how much it could be worth. The guys basically tells them it could be worth $500, but it also could be priceless with the historical markings. So he's going to keep it overnight. And so they leave to go back and meet up with Tori and Nathan there. And then we see the shopkeeper by himself. And all of a sudden he gets hit by a tricycle, and there's nobody on the tricycle. So
you dip the fuck out. We've all seen a Saw movie.
That's the thing. Like, as soon as dude, if a tricycle just rolls out in your shop and hits you, like, get out. Just run for your life right there. There's nothing there, so he continues. So he opens the safe, and then boom, Leprechaun bites him, jumps out of the safe. Like, are you kidding me? And then
how the fuck did he get in there?
How did he get in there, man? This leprechaun's full of magic. And then we just get such an incredible scene where the guy's like just struggling and falling, and all of a sudden the leprechaun's on a pogo stick, and he's singing this chime like, this old man, he played something, whatever. He played pogo on his lungs, and he just pogos this guy to death on his lungs. Ridiculous, awesome scene. He gets coin. Sorry,
Can I say how much I love the fact that while he's like singing the nursery rhyme, this old man, he played dumb, he got pogoed on his lung.
Yep.
Every time he goes up and down, you can hear the spring that and then you do amazing sound effects.
I love the sound effect. I love how they shoot it almost in like, it looks like it's like in slow motion. Like the scene looks so freaking funny, and it's awesome. So he gets one coin. We got 99 to go. Ozzy and them, like I said, they went back to the cafe to meet him, and we see the leprechaun looks, and there's like a little kid car that like a little kid could ride in. So he steals that car, and then we see him driving down the street. This dude is flying. We see him go past the cop. He gets pulled over by a cop. The cop is grilling him, asking him how old he is. The guy says the leprechaun, sorry, says
600 years old.
600 years old.
I'm 600 years old.
As he's laughing at him, he's like, it's not nice. I'm not even going to try to act like a leprechaun because Waterboy does it so good, but he tells him it's not nice to make fun of a leprechaun, and he claws his face and steals the gun. And then we get just an awesome, like, 2 to 3 minutes of a foot chase through the woods where they're playing like hide and seek. Dude, this leprechaun.
This guy's he's begging for his life, Justin.
Yeah, he is dying.
He's out of breath. He's like, please, enough.
He's losing his mind as you see the leprechaun just like, I'm over here. This leprechaun is everywhere. And my favorite part is when the cop just throws his baton, he just launches it at him. And then he finally just goes and like, he goes and like collapses next to a tree. The leprechaun just like falls over on his head and like falls on top of him like he's doing a wrestling move and just twists this dude's neck and just kills him. This oh man, that last 5 minutes, so incredible.
I like how it wasn't overdone and it was a believable neck snap.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like he didn't
exactly
turn his whole head around. He got it just past the side. You heard the crunch.
Tapping it to see it. It's like, oh,
so incredible. And then we see the leprechaun bail. So we see the leprechaun gets back to the house before everyone, and we see him. He stops for a bowl of Lucky Charms. He eats. He finds a bowl of. He finds
he instantly spits it out.
Yeah,
he's like, this is disgusting.
He hates Lucky Charms. What a scene! And then he's looking for the gold. He's checking himself out in the mirror. He all of a sudden finds all the boots. There is boots and everything everywhere. So they're all over the place. And of course, now everyone arrives back. And this place is absolutely trashed. And they're like, wait, what could go on here? And Ozzy's like, well, I think something got in here. You're like, thank you, Ozzy. And they're like, oh, it must be a bear. So once again, as we talked about earlier, all the red flags, all the signs, there's just random boots everywhere.
You can blame the bear, dude. He done took all of your shoes and cleaned them.
Well, I was gonna say,
who
all
the fuck
shoes
broke into the house
to clean your shoes, bro?
Was it bear in the big blue house because that's why they're painting it blue? Did he go in there and he just shined out all the shoes like?
And then they're all freaking out. So Ozzy's freaking out, and then like I said, they found like a little bell, so they were ringing a bell. But then a couple minutes later, they hear the bell again, and they're like, "Oh, Ozzy, stop with that!" And all of a sudden they turn, then it's not Ozzy. The bell's not moving, and Tori says, "We're like really scared." Best her awesome line delivery. And all of a sudden, so now they're running. They run outside, and poor Nathan, man, this dude falls right into a bear trap. And then the leprechaun appears out of nowhere, starts biting his leg. And then we get just an awesome battle scene. They're all smashing this thing off them. Meanwhile, Ozzy runs inside.
Go ahead, Justin. You can say it.
It's like the Michael
Myers. They were all beating him off.
Yeah. Did I? Oh crap! Did I really just say they're all beating him off?
You did.
No. You said they were all smashing him off.
Now.
Oh, now I was just saying that.
I knew what you wanted to say.
Oh my god. So all right. So as they're all wrestling and fighting each other, Ozzy goes in there to call the cops, and he does, and he said, "Help! We got the leprechaun attack! Send the Marines! Send the army! Send everyone!" The cops just laugh, hang up, and be like, "Oh, there's Ozzy again. What was it this time? UFOs? No, we got a leprechaun this time." So they run up there and give Nathan the shotgun. Nathan blasts this leprechaun with the shotgun. Let's go. Tori helps him off of the trap, and they said, "This is no fucking bear." And they end up, so now Nathan, man, his leg is messed up. They end up walking him to the truck. The truck will not stop. Alex pops the hood and everything. And he goes up there, and awesome scene again. Underneath the hood, the leprechaun is in there with all the wires in his mouth.
Dude, he like pops out and just laughs at him.
Yeah, he just laughs as he's eating all the wires.
He's having so much fun.
Oh, once again, I love this movie. If you don't like this movie, do you even like fun in your life? And now the leprechaun smashes the truck window and he bites Ozzy's ear. Talk about that foreshadowing.
He told him. He fair warned him.
Yeah. And Tori grabs a cigarette lighter. She burns this dude's nose, and the leprechaun runs away and retreats into the shed. And we're gonna pass it to Sean.
Yeah.
Right. So guys, I hope you're all still listening and haven't gotten your ear bit off in your attempts to flee from this fucking podcast. But if you've stuck around this long, let's take that ghost card out for a spin and let's play Ring Around the Rosie. The leprechaun does just this and flips the group's getaway truck in search of his gold. As he's chasing them in a laughing, menacing way, they slam the door in his hand as they make it back to the house. And guys, this door must be made of like some kind of special wood because it takes his strong hand and it cuts it clean off. Now we get the leprechaun moaning and groaning, and you can tell he's all pissed off, but his hand just comes back and, it misses him. So it crawls up and it reattaches itself and goes back to its rightful owner. You guys, you can tell this movie is old because Tori tries to call 911 and the phones ain't working. So she screams she's going to go get her portable. Doesn't even call it a cell phone. Calls it her portable. And she makes the phone call just in time as the phone dies. The sheriff on the other end takes her seriously this time, and he contacts Officer Trippett. Now, Trippett is the cop that had his neck broken and the aforementioned nasty-ass hands that snapped his neck. He does a great impersonation, and he tells the sheriff that he'll go check it out, and he'll only radio back if he needs backup. Otherwise, don't expect to hear from him. Alex and Ozzy are now in the house still, and they fess up to stealing the leprechaun's gold so they can make Ozzy smart again. And they tell Tori and Nathan where they hid it, and it's in the well. Tori cocks a shotgun like a real badass and heads out to fetch the gold. Tori gets the gold, and immediately the leprechaun appears out of thin air. So we know how he got into the safe. He's got that magical teleportation power.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And she throws the bag right at him and tells him to have it. And he happily exclaims, "It smells like me gold. It tastes like me gold. Looks and even sounds like me gold." And now we see the leprechaun off in the woods, happy as a pig in shit. And he's counting every one of those coins.
97, 98, 99. They still have me gold.
Yeah, and game on, bitches. No one takes a leprechaun's gold.
Nope.
Alex opens the fridge to get some ice for Ozzy's decapitated, chewed on, fucking ripped off ear, and bam, out pops the leprechaun who wants his gold. Now let's let the fun begin. They try to burn the leprechaun accidentally burns his hand, and he takes off to go hide in the kitchen cabinets, almost like he's playing a game of whack-a-mole. But Nathan's only prize is getting the good old dick twist from that silverware drawer.
That's what I was about to say, dude. Why did he grab his dick, dude?
Dude, he just reaches up and he grabs just a handful. Give me the old dick twist.
Works every time.
Justin, you know you saw that and went, ooh.
Oh, yeah. Start talking high pitched after that one.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Now, Alex and Ozzy are the full reason why we're in this entire mess. So you think they join in the fight, right? Fuck no. They go and they hide behind the couch while Tori and Nathan hunt the little man down. Our little bundle of joy, though, drops down the chimney and takes a blast from that 12 gauge at almost point blank. Not a chance, me lad, the leprechaun exclaims as he springs up and takes off running. He does a lot of running away. He's very poke agile. You and run. You know what I mean? He's wearing these guys down. He's got I think he's got the long con game. He's going to wear these guys down, make them exhausted.
Wonder what his calves will look like.
Oh, my God.
Bro, he ain't even got legs. He just goes foot, calf, ass. They're just huge. I love how much fun he has in this movie because at this point in the movie, he's gliding around the house on a skateboard and he's laughing like Eric first thing in the morning, mocking them while they're just burning through the shotgun shells. They try to find him and they put their ear to the floor. And my notes literally go, bam, scram, snap, crackle, pop. The leprechaun breaks through the floorboards and then he just runs away again. Now the phones are ringing, and guess what, guys? Surprise! It's the leprechaun, and he's calling to let them know he wants his gold, not about their car's extended warranty. Ozzy says,
"Do you like leprechaun movies?"
What's your favorite? Ozzy tells him he knows what he wants, and Alex then tells the group that the coin is in Ozzy's belly. Ozzy tries to make his way out, and the group stops him. They want to figure out how Old Man Grady trapped the leprechaun to begin with. He must know how to kill him. They decide it's a great idea to go ask him, even though he's been in a nursing home having suffered a massive stroke 10 years ago. Like, this guy's going to remember or help you. He's been, incapacitated for the last 10 years. This leprechaun has destroyed his life. But Tori decides to head out to the Jeep. And as a distraction, everyone in the house is just throwing shoes at the leprechaun. And he can't clean these fucking shoes fast enough.
Such a great scene.
And Tori gets away in her Jeep now. And just in my notes, I'm like, yes, finally, someone's going to make it out of this nightmare, right? Not so fast. The leprechaun, hot on her tail, with a fresh pair of roller skates and a can-do attitude, isn't too far behind. I love when he goes through the fence. And it leaves like that impression, like, ah!
It's so great. It's like when Goofy, we used to smash through the walls and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I thought about. I thought about like the cartoons.
Oh, good.
So we're at the nursing home now, and Tori is sneaking in well past visiting hours. And we can tell she's not supposed to be there because the security guard is out cold, and she has to look at like a super secret clipboard full of names. Doesn't show the room numbers, just the names. That makes sense because you know exactly where you're going because everyone's sorted alphabetically, right? No. All right. Plot hole. Tori then finds Mr. O'Grady's room with no knowledge of where she's going or anything. It's just first stab. She's there. She knows it. She starts talking to him and she's pleading with him on how to kill the leprechaun. And he says there's only one way to kill it, but he's not going to tell her because surprise, bitch! Girl, it's the leprechaun. He chases her through the hallways now, and for some reason, this could only happen in this movie. He chases Tori, and she kind of gets like cornered in a hallway, but it's the same area where the leprechaun had enough time to almost kill Mr. O'Grady and then stuff his ass in the ceiling, and he falls out and hangs upside down. And with his last dying breath, he just goes, only a 4-leaf clover can stop him.
Dude, so incredible. I love it so much.
It's a drop ceiling, so clearly it can't hold any weight. Mr. O'Grady is not a small guy. How does he fall out of the ceiling? But it's structurally sound enough to then hold him from the kneecaps up.
Wait, how? And he falls at the exact time that she's there.
Yeah, she like bumps into the wall, and that's enough to knock him down.
Guys, it's leprechaun magic. It is leprechaun magic, man.
That makes sense. He went far enough in the other direction it wore off, but not enough to fully drop it. I gotcha.
You have to find a 4-leaf clover next to the whale. That's the only way to kill them.
So we go back to the house now, and Tori decides it's a good time as any to catch up on some gardening. Our angry toddler wants nothing to do with her and starts to chase her again. This time, she finds the dead Mr. Trippett in his police car. Tori puts the nightstick right through this leprechaun's eyes. No worries, though, because he's got those Jeepy Creepers powers, and the dead cop isn't using his, so he plucks it from his head and tries it on for size. Nathan shows up. Nathan shows up just in time with that shotty and blasts his ass into nap time. Back to the garden now, as they hunt down a 4-leaf clover. Alex, being the little kid, trying to show he isn't afraid, decides it's a really good idea to separate from the group and try to set up a bear trap in the fucking barn all by himself. You know, the leprechaun's little hideout where he's like taking up shelter. Great idea. Tori is now losing her mind. And Ozzy, being the most just nuisance and pain in the ass in this movie, tells her she's just got to believe. And she's like, I believe, God damn it. Yeah, look, 3-leaf. She's losing her mind. She's ripping everything out of the ground. And then out of nowhere, dude, the 4-leaf clover just starts glowing. And they find it.
Let's go.
And they hear Alex scream in the distance. And they all sprint there. The leprechaun has Alex fucking dead to rights. And I was hoping this kill would have happened. He almost has his head fully in the bear trap. Would have been an amazing kill. But this is when they didn't kill the kids. Well, I don't know. Fuck them kids.
Dude, no, man.
Dude, they never do it, dude. This would have been the one.
Not back then. They don't kill the kids.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, what is wrong with you two?
Yeah, but that kill would have shocked people.
Like Pet Cemetery.
Yes, dude,
I know.
That would have been like one of the most memorable kills.
I'm still scarred from Pet Cemetery. Like 80 years later.
Really is, yeah.
You know, just before he can kill Alex, it's Ozzy to the rescue, and he tells the leprechaun, "Hey, I know where your gold is, and it's in my goddamn belly. Come and get it." And Ozzy, being fit, fiddle, and ready for a race, pulls out his track and field high school marathon skills and runs away to the best of his ability, which isn't very far.
Very best.
Yeah, which isn't very far. Now the leprechaun is beating the everlasting gobstopper out of his ass, and they force the clover down his throat, and the leprechaun melts and turns into what I call like the sludge you would get when you like empty out an unclean Shamrock shake machine from McDonald's. Does that make sense?
It does.
But you think he's dead, but he's not, because he still wants his gold, and he's calling to them from the fucking water well. But Nathan decides it's a good time to get up and hobble his cripple ass over there with a can of gas and a match. And he lights his ass up, just like the 4th of July. Now, this is 1993, and we get the typical ending where they kill the antagonist, they kill the villain, and then the cops show up with just in time to go, hey, what happened here? What's going on?
Yeah, the usual, you know.
Yeah, and then we get end credits, guys.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And that's the movie.
And that's Leprechaun, 1993. How do we feel about it, boys? Waterboy, take us away.
It's honestly a classic. It's we got kids talking in the background.
All right, Justin, take over.
I love this movie. Like, I mean, do you even like Fun in the Life? For anyone who made fun of me at work the other day for watching this movie on the podcast, this movie is so over the top and ridiculous. I love every single thing about it. I still think it holds up, even though this is 93 or something. It still holds up on fun. On the fun scale out of 10, I give this movie a 8.3 because I absolutely love it and I can watch it 100 times. I actually want to watch Leprechaun 2 today. I want to record a podcast on that. I want to do Leprechaun 3. And then Leprechaun 4, and then 5, and then 6. I want all the Leprechauns from March. We should just change this over to the Leprechaun podcast, and I want to do them all. All the Leprechauns. That's how much I love this. Give me all the Leprechauns.
So we've got Leprechaun.
Oh
we've got Leprechaun 2.
Yep.
We've got Leprechaun 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, way to go. We've got Leprechaun 4 in space.
Yeah, that all right. I hate space, so that one we can skip 4.
And then we've got Leprechaun in the Hood.
And then they go back to the hood.
Back
And
to
then-
the hood, bro.
And we got Leprechaun 6, Back to the Hood.
Yeah.
We've got Leprechaun Returns,
Yeah.
Leprechaun Origins. And
We don't need to talk. Yeah.
We
Yeah, I
don't need to
think
talk about
that's
those. Yeah, we don't need to
Well,
talk
let's
about
do.
those.
We'll just do the original 6. We don't need to talk about like the reboots. Let's just.
Yeah,
I just want to
the
do.
reboots were completely horrible.
Let's just
like
do
dog
all,
shit.
like 6.
tried to be-
yeah,
Try to be
I
serious.
think the 2 reboots or the reimaginings suffer from what Nightmare on Elm Street suffers from. You know what I'm talking about? Where Warwick Davis plays this character so perfectly that it's almost like
it's
no
hard.
one else can play this character.
Yeah, yep, 100%. And like
100%.
100%, 100. And I just want to say, great fucking movie. This spiraled an awesome series, and I mean, people can love it or hate it, but it is supposed to be a joke, and that's why all these movies it got remakes, and the reboots failed because they tried to be serious with something that wasn't meant to be. And I love Leprechaun for all that.
What do you get? What do you rate it?
I'm gonna probably give it a 7 out of 10 for the
Very fair.
fun fact. Yeah.
Very fair.
All right. This movie is one of my all-time classics. It's a personal favorite. I love this movie start to finish. It's full of like just great kills, great special effects, great practical effects. Lots of puns, lots of funny puns. The way Warwick Davis plays the Leprechaun is spot on. I don't think you could put anyone in the entire world in those shoes and see them do a better job. Like I said, this movie, as long as you accept it for what it is, it's a fun ride. I'm going to give this an 8.1 out of 10.
Let's go.
They drastically fall off after this.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
granted, like the other sequels, they do have those moments, like when he's holding the push lawnmower and he thinks it's like the girl's boobs and like walks to it, like shit like that. That's fun. But this movie is just so original and such a one-of-a-kind masterpiece.
This is definitely the best, even though I still really want to do Leprechaun 2, but this one's really good. This one's the best, hands down the best. Anyone got any fun facts or anything?
One of my fun facts is Jennifer Aniston's feature film debut. 1 year later, she would become a household name as a member of Friends.
Oh wow, that was only a year after.
Never heard of
Yeah.
it.
Holy crap!
Was that big or something? Was that popular?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wait, what did they make? How many? They only made one season of that, right?
Yeah, it probably bombed. We got popular real fast, and
Yeah, just.
And then another one I have, when the last shot had the Leprechaun's voiceover at the ending of the movie, Warwick Davis was happy to do the voiceover because he knew that it hinted for a sequel, and he was hoping that he could play the Leprechaun again.
yep, heck yeah.
When creating the effect that the Leprechaun is melting from the inside, Warwick Davis had to wear an acrylic jawbone and had several tubes superglued to his body. Slime and cigar smoke were blown through the tubes to create the illusion that the animatronic puppet was operated by Davis himself from within the well. The director, Mark Jones, wished he had made the well look older and more weathered, though. That's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I like it.
To
I like it a lot.
to like let him do it, like Warwick Davis control the puppet instead of having a puppeteer in there.
Yep. Heck yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I think I first watched the movie before this one, or vice versa. But the movie Willow. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I did see it when I was I saw it when I was a kid.
He's like a wizard, and that's a good childhood movie for me.
Same. I don't usually like those kind of movies, but I saw that when I was like young and stuff, so I do remember that.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys have any fun facts right now?
What was it? Almost one thing to say, like I don't know, Waterboy picked it, said something about how like it's just like dumb and fun, like made for like a joke and stuff. It bombed so bad initially in the theaters, and basically like Mark Jones just said, like, because the critics crushed this when it came out. It ended up being a cult classic, but he was like, guys, I wasn't trying to make The Exorcist. Like, that's a direct quote.
Yeah,
Like, I was trying to have fun. And it was actually inspired by the Lucky Charms commercial. Mark Jones saw the Lucky Charms commercial and he thought, you know what? What if I flipped the script and made this Leprechaun bad and see what I could do with that? And this movie did so incredible because of Jennifer Aniston becoming on Friends. Because back then you had to go back and like rent things. So this movie got rented so much. It was like one of the most rented movies a year later after it came out, after everyone saw Friends and then realized like she was in a movie. So Friends actually helped this whole series like unbelievably. What we got here? We got the budget was just under $1 million. And I thought this was really funny. For the 4-leaf clover, they literally just glued an extra leaf on a 3-leaf clover. They glued it on. And
when I was a kid, you ever see those like 5-leaf clovers, like the ones with multi ones? I used to pick them off and just leave 4 on there and tell people I found one.
Like, hey, I found this. I'm the luckiest man ever. And then on the podcast for this season, I've kind of left off the Halloween references, kind of stopped with that. But you know what? We're bringing back the Halloween references from this one. Because we got a pretty badass Halloween reference. I don't know if you guys know this one or not. But the hospital they visited a little bit early in this movie when they dropped off the dad is the same hospital in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, which is briefly seen in that movie. Same exact.
Go.
So let's go. Halloween reference.
Boom.
We are back.
I got one more fun fact for you guys.
I got a fun fact. I got a fun fact.
What do you guys got?
For the scene where Warwick Davis chases Jennifer Aniston in a wheelchair, Aniston had to run and jiggle in slow motion so that Davis could keep up with her, as he had trouble manipulating the wheels. The wheelchair was too big and too hard to control because he was wearing rubber gloves.
I can't even handle that. That is so
oh my god, dude!
You just go in slow motion.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So good.
So I got one. So the shooting for this occurred over 3 weeks, beginning at Valencia Studios, where Terminator 2: Judgment Day had recently just finished production, and several other scenes were done there with Little House on the Prairie, the Waltons, and Warwick Davis later said it felt a little blasphemous, and despite it, they also used the same place for Annabelle Creation and Leprechaun Returns.
Yes, I saw that this place that was filmed is like super famous for like all those different movies in there, which is so badass.
Before we wrap this up and announce what we're doing next week, I don't know about you guys, but I would like to add a movie to the Wheel of Terror. I don't know if you guys want to add anything.
Man, you probably should have told me before, so I got to pick something.
Well, think about something that you want to add to it. I want to add Monster Squad.
Yeah,
Monster Squad.
Have you guys ever seen Monster Squad?
So, guys, I saw that movie. Like, I'm talking like so young, and I was obsessed with it, and it just gave me all the feels. But I have not watched that movie since I was a kid, and I've wanted to rewatch that for like 1,000 years. So I've never been more excited in my whole entire life to ever rewatch something. I hope that stupid wheel or whatever was spinning, I hope that hits that movie right away because I need that in my life. I need that in my life.
I've never seen it.
I haven't either. I've seen. I feel like I've seen it, but I don't know if I've seen it. I don't know if that makes sense.
I saw it so young. Like I need to see it again. Oh my god,
that's what I mean. I feel like I haven't seen it, but I feel like if we watch it, I'm gonna remember seeing it.
All right, I'll add one to the wheel.
Jeez, okay.
Zombievers.
Zombievers.
I didn't add that yet. That wasn't one of mine.
Nope.
Oh my god,
that was one of the discussion ones.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say I feel like I've talked about that all my whole life. Yeah, you know what? I hope the first time we spin this wheel, it lands right on that movie. I need that in my life. Give me all the Zombievers. All right, Night of the Creeps. I almost said Night of the Comet, but I love that one too. But Night of the Creeps. Have you guys ever seen Night of the Creeps?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my god, it's from like '86. It is.
I do want to add one more. If it's possible.
Absolutely. No, we can keep adding. That's what's great about the Wheel of Terror is that when we spin it, the more options that are on there, the greater the odds are that we're not going to get, like, it's not a 50-50 chance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I want to add, because I haven't seen it before, what is it, the People Under the Stairs or the
You've never seen People Under the Stairs?
I've never seen it.
All right, throw it on. We just do so much on there. Let's go.
Well, this is perfect, dude, because I wanted to try and, like, with the Wheel of Terror at the end of every episode, kind of all of us add one movie. That way there it just grows and grows, because I've got a massive list of just potential movies on my phone.
I'm just going to add 80 slashes every single time you guys ask me.
That's perfect. You know you want to add Maximum Overdrive.
I've never seen it.
What?
Yeah. Is that? Yeah, I've never seen that one.
It's got Emilio Estevez, and it's a Stephen King first directed, and he's just so hopped up on cocaine. And this movie is wild and makes no sense.
Isn't it about a truck or a car or something?
Yeah, the comet flies over Earth or whatever, and every machine based thing takes over and comes to life. Bro, there is a scene where a coach is at the soda machine buying his little league players a bunch of sodas, and the machine comes to life and just starts rifling soda cans at him until he's dead.
And kills him.
Stop.
And then lawnmowers are running off the lawn and running people over, or
those big asphalt things, the rollers, the steam rollers. There's one that flattens a kid.
Yep.
Just runs his ass over.
I never watched it because I thought it was about just a giant
and then you see the blood, and then you see the blood on the.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't want. I'm like, that sounds stupid. I don't want to watch just an 18-wheeler.
And then they communicate by Morse code, and they basically tell all these people trapped in a diner, like Emilio Estevez, that they won't kill them as long as he comes out and pumps gas.
Oh my God! Stop.
So there's a scene where it's miles long, and it's just cars and trucks, like an LA traffic jam, just waiting for him to pump gas.
That's outrageous.
Dude, it's so insane. It literally, Stephen King hates this movie with a passion, because at the beginning of the movie, he tells you, he's like, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. And then did about 8 pounds of cocaine and tried to make the movie. And it
oh my God. All right. Well, there we go. We got some movies added. Let's go.
All right. So next week, Hack Stab Slash, Justin is going to tell us what we're doing. And he's also going to wear his full attire during this movie. He's going to wear his shirt, his hat, his coffee mug, his glasses. He's going to put on shorty makeup and get busy with it.
The time has come where we take on one of the most serious, dramatic, terrifying movies in cinematic history.
Silence of the Lambs.
We will be doing Next week, we will be doing Killer Clowns.
Let's go. Let's go. I am so pumped to cover this movie.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I feel like I want to watch it a bajillion times and just have this thing seared into my brain.
Yeah,
so start this podcast, dude.
It's going to be a lot. I get way too
just come in with our cotton candy guns, fucking cocked and loaded, dude. We're just going to.
Oh, man. I'm eating cotton candy.
Puppet show.
I can smell the goddamn popcorn.
Let's all eat cotton candy during that episode. I am ready to roll.
Hell yeah. Let's go. I'm Hacky. That's Stabby.
Just Justin. Peace out.
Let's go.